You have to ask for referral when they are happy. It's either in the middle of the project or at the end of the project or the start of the project. You have to ask them when they're very, very happy that they got you and you have proven some sort of value to them.
We're going to talk about this powerful thing that happens when you get that first client and what can happen after that. So I have Esai Arasi here to talk about the power of client referrals. Now, this doesn't require you to sing or dance on social media. I want to know, what does it take to get a referral? And I know this is a big source. I was going through the intake forms. A lot of you said you're doing this well already. We're going to talk about how to do it even better. Share it with us.
Thanks, Emily. And I'm not at all surprised a lot of people are doing this well because if you are good, you're going to get referrals. I know I said this when I was on your podcast, Emily, that how do you grow? How do you get business? Just be really, really good at what you do, and the business is going to automatically grow, right? Once you have proven that. But again, times have changed, economy has changed, and I completely over prepared for this segment because I
Good.
wanted to really share what it takes because I made so many mistakes when I started this, especially when I wanted to get referrals at the beginning. Some of it was I would do great work, but I come from Chennai, India, and have an Asian heritage. And your thing is, you put your head down, you do your work, and you don't peep, right? And you don't brag and you don't say anything. So while my work was bad, my communication with clients was really bad. They don't know what was going on because I would say this is when I'll give you the project and put my head down work, and they wouldn't hear peep from me until then. And they would have no idea what's going on, even though I'm doing fantastic work. One. Two, there's so many little things. I know a lot of freelancers do that. We do so many little things. We put in a little bit of extra effort. We add a little bit of a flair. We add something like a little extra special in the automation. We do a little extra special with the copy, with the graphics, and we just give it to them like it's nothing. Instead of actually showing them, look, here's what I did and here's why it's special, right? I did that so badly. So a lot of clients, which could have turned into referrals for me, turned into nothing. And after a while, I started believing that the work I was doing was nothing. And I started undercharging because I wasn't giving myself value and credit for what it is as well. So that's the first thing I did wrong. Second, the way I would ask referrals for clients is just whenever, hey, I'm looking for more clients. If you have any referrals, I would really appreciate that. They say, oh yeah, I'll think that's it. And why am I making them do homework after they've paid me? And they're not going to go and think about how to do it, who to refer. It's not their job, and they're going to forget it and move on. And even worse than that, after building goodwill, I did zero job at educating clients on what a good referral is going to look like. So I got some terrible, terrible referrals, and now I can't turn them down because it came from somebody who went out of their way to educate and convince somebody to work with me. So I would do it like for whatever rates they asked for, I would do it. But the worst thing was when somebody sent me a client which I clearly knew was a red flag. I knew I shouldn't work with them. I still took it on. It was terrible and it burnt a bridge for them, even though I worked so hard on their project. Emily has actually heard me tell the story and cry in like multiple groups, but it
Yeah.
was a terrible experience. So everything that I'm going to share, everything is based on the hundreds and hundreds of mistakes that I've made over the course of the last 5 years, and I've learned. And a lot of these mistakes I make every 6 months because I forget how much it hurts to work with bad clients. So it's
We're
very, very
human.
painful. Okay. So, number one, it's your work. You have to do a really, 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 really good job. If you don't do that, it doesn't matter how good your marketing is, you're never going to get referrals. And somebody asked this, I don't have a website. I've been running a multiple six-figure business, and I have a team of 4 people, and I'm in the process of expanding it to a team of 8 people because I'm poised for growth. But I grew that over the course of the last year and last 2 years. And all of this I was able to do because one, I knew that for me to be able to do a really good job and take on anything that comes, I know I have a network, I have a community in Workgroup that people I can lean on, people I can ask questions. And if I get stuck, I don't have to get scared because I have a community that I've built around me. Like Emily and I have been on the phone troubleshooting in a while because we really got stuck and we needed one more person to like really talk things through and like get it set up. Right. And sometimes the fix is simple, but when you're in it, it's very hard to really know what is wrong and when you're feeling the pressure. So you need to have that community, and you need to have your work. You have to do a really, really good job. But it's not enough to do a good job. Your clients have to absolutely love it. It's not that they're happy, they're satisfied, they're content. They have to love it and they can't stop gushing about it. Number one, I know none of this is easy, but this is what reliably works. Number two, you're not just your clients, you have to find ways in which the work that you do, the way it interacts with your client's audience, they have to love it so much and ask your clients, who did this for you? This is so brilliant. Who did this? This is so beautiful. Who did this? When that happens, it's jackpot. Now you don't have to ask your clients. They're like, I had a call booked on my calendar. I had no idea who that person was as I was going to get on a call with them. And even as I got on, she's like, oh, hi, I'm this person, your client, Kat referred me to you. And I have a practice of 15 people and she wants help with marketing. Like a huge retainer, I did zero work for, except that I did a fantastic job for Kat. And this person saw it and she loved it and she reached out and asked, okay, who did this? This is brilliant. I want it. Right.
That
So,
is that is genius because if you did it and nobody like I just can't get over that because you have to be strategic where your clients want to share your name and talk about you, but I don't know. This is so good because I see this with funnels or websites or copy and I'm like, "Who wrote that?" And I see people do that to me. And they're like, "Oh my god, that's such a good line on your sales page." I think I have a line about, like, the year of Beyoncé on there, and everyone's like, "Oh, you're so
um,
smart." I was like, "It wasn't me. It was my friend. It was this copywriter. She wrote that line for me." And so giving them credit, and it feels good to do that too.
yeah. So you definitely want that. And that's so
Mhm.
easy for you because that's your signature that I did this.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to brag. Your clients and everybody else will do it for you. Right. The third thing you want to do is, like I said, you have to do the work and you have to keep communicating with your client. You have to tell your client, especially in retainers, clients can sort of take it for granted that hey, you're brilliant and you're going to do brilliant work for me. But you have to tell them, hey, this is where we were and this is how far we have come and this is the work that we've done it this way so that it will have this impact for you. And a lot of times for my clients, I tell them, hey, we're doing this now, 6 months later you're going to see the impact. And I sat down, I had this, I said, like in 2 months you're going to see the impact. And when it hit, her enrollments doubled. I told her, see, I told you if you made this change it's going to happen. And she never questions me again. And right, so you
Ooh.
have to do that, you have to have that communication because clients are not going to realize. So that is in terms of what you need to do in your work. Second, you need to ask for referrals. Doesn't, even if you do all of this, does not mean your clients are going to give you referrals. You have to ask for referrals. And that does not mean asking at like the end of the call or when they're already writing down to dos and thinking about what they need to make for dinner. That is not the time to ask for referrals. You have to ask for referral when they are happy. It's either in the middle of the project or at the end of the project, at the start of the project. You have to ask them when they're very, very happy that they got you and you have proven some sort of value to them.
How do you know when they're happy?
When they specifically say things like, oh, this is brilliant that you have done this and I like this, or I never would have thought something that they can go, if they go and say it to another person, that person will want to work with you.
Okay.
Right. So you have to, and it's not general, oh, this is great. It's not a general, it's specifically something that's a really good question, Emily. I would not have thought to share that, but like specifically mention something that you have done, which when
Yeah.
you ask for referral, now the compliment they paid you and your request will both stick in their mind. And I'm going to tell you later how to ask, what to include, and how to educate, and all of that. But it's going to stick. And when they actually make the referral, when they mention you, they're going to repeat the compliment that they paid
Okay.
because now it's fixed in their mind. Right. So that, and then you have to again, it's not once. You have to also say, you can't go to a client and say, hey, I need another client so I can split my attention between you and them and I can give you less time and less, because that is what's going to go through their client's mind that, oh, but she's, I don't want to share her, right? So what you want to say
Mhm.
is, hey, I have a spot opening up next month and I hate doing marketing, I love focusing on things. So if you already know somebody who's brilliant, if you can make a referral, I would love to just not focus on marketing and just focus on thing like that. But you just have to
Brilliant.
find your version of what that is, and clients are always happy. Now, what I tell them is, hey, we are expanding. I'm hiring another person, and I am hiring another copywriter, another graphic designer. So I tell them I'm going to be training them, and they'll probably have. But if you know somebody, I'll have capacity opening up in a couple of months, and I would love to work with somebody who's as brilliant as you. And they want that, and they're going to want to share that, especially when they're really they feel gratitude for everything that you're doing for them. And you want to go a little bit above, over and beyond what you do, but all of this you cannot do for every single client. It is not feasible. It is not, because you also need to educate them, which I'm going to talk about next. So you have to find the client who have the same audience as clients you could also work with. So like business coaches and service providers who work with other businesses, somebody who has the network and connections to actually give those referrals to you, right? And then I'm going to keep it really short. How do you actually make it easy for them to refer? Number one, your service has to promise a specific result, especially when you're
Mhm.
speaking to somebody. My niche is wellness practitioners. They don't care about marketing. They don't know marketing gurus. No amount of name dropping like, oh, Joanna V wrote about me in her book. Like they don't they don't give an S. They have no idea who that is, and they don't care about that. But if you tell them that here's the result I promise. I had a client who I got a job lead for like a $400 project, turned into a $3,000 retainer. She has no clue who I am. She knows I don't have a website. I don't have a I have nothing, and I have a results promise, and I have a well defined package which she can clearly understand. She understands how I'm making this promise. The promise is good and the path is clear. So it's easy yes for me and easy yes for her, and she's going to work together. So your result has to, you have a results promise, you have a easy to understand, easy to explain package, and you have to educate them, tell them that, hey, can you refer me a client who is this and who is not this. So I tell people who wants results, who wants clients, who wants a pipeline, but not somebody who wants to go viral on social or become an influencer, because we don't do that. You have to tell them not. Who is not is also important. And finally, you have to turn your service into a framework as the reason for why you can get them predictable results. Todd Brown is a fantastic person who teaches how to create frameworks, even if you don't have a unique IP. So it's a great person to learn from. But most of all, I'm with Emily in multiple groups, and I've seen how generous she is in making connections and making referrals, and just the work group she mentions at every place, that every chance she gets. And there is a mark of quality. Whenever somebody says I want somebody good, the first place I see referred is Emily's work group. Emily's Hire a Unicorn, and she's built that, and she continues to build and put effort into that. So I know she mentioned there are a lot of job boards, but I don't see anybody putting in that effort, that like the personal care and concern, no matter how big or small you are or how big or small the group is. Not seen anybody do it as well as Emily.
And you said something fun, like, you quit the work group. Let's call you out on that. You quit the work group and came back, right? I'm gonna
Yes.
call you out right now.
Yes. Because, oh yeah, so I came in and I saw all these people. I had no idea who these job leads were. So I was like, I pitched a few and I had no idea what I was doing back then. So I pitched a few, I didn't hear back. I thought, okay, these are just probably, like random people. And then I saw them with the following and the real business on Instagram. And it's like, what the hell did I just do? Like, and I came back, like, okay, so can I come back and apply again, please? And that was like 3 years ago. And
Yeah, yeah, it was a while ago. You didn't leave since.
yeah, yeah, and I did the math that other people were tracking. I have made from the last 2 years, I have made $103,000 that I can directly attribute to job leads posted in the work.
Over 100,000.
Yeah.
Oh my god, girl.
Yeah. And
Wow.
and the hundreds of dollars that I pay for the thing is
Yeah,
easy, no
it's
brain. And I keep hiring people and expanding my team. The one thing I never have to worry about is where are the leads going to come through. Yes, for me, it's referral, but every client in Emily, that every lead she posts, for me, it's potentially 5 to 6 clients, because I know I can get referrals out of them as well. I have done with every single job post client I've landed from the work group, I've gotten 2 or 3 clients from them. So for me, every lead is like 4 to 6 clients.
so you're
And
talking about like this, it's a like a web. You get one client and then your network expands and then they recommend you to 2 other clients and it just
yeah,
increases. This is how
yeah,
you build a network out of nothing.
yeah.
It does take that first client. It takes a client who, like you said, refers the right one, the right type of clients. Because I love that you brought that up. I've had a client not want to share me before because she thought it would affect things. So I'm really glad you brought that up, but it's not just about anyone. So being very clear and concise what you're looking for and positioning it and saying it in a way that's like, "Oh, I'm not desperate. This is opening up here." Like I love how you gave us the framework for exactly what to say. Is there a good time to do this? Like, so say I'm at the beginning, I booked my first client, maybe they're giving me some kind of vague compliments or whatever, but if I haven't gotten anything amazing, like,
Mhm.
from them yet, is there a good span of time after working with them that I should maybe go in for that first referral request?
I would say it's not really a time frame, but
Okay.
like I said, you have to, when you do the work and you present it to them, you have to sell it. You have to keep selling your clients, not just at the beginning when you were trying to land them. You have to keep selling them on every call. You have to sell them on you, and you have to sell them on the work that you're doing. That selling never stops. So when you sell them, that's when you initially they will give you vague compliments because they have no notion of like what is it that you do. They don't know how easy it is, how tough is it, how much work that goes into it, and how brilliant something that you said was. So you have to sell it them. So when you sell it to them and make them see it, that's when you'll start getting those real compliments. So again, I would say it's not a time frame. Don't fix into a time frame because you will miss these moments where you could have made that ask. So don't
Okay.
have it in your mind that I will ask at these times, but think about, oh, when this happens, I will ask for a referral. When client
Yeah.
says something like this, I'll ask for a referral. So I would say that, but typically it is definitely not when you're asking them to pay. It's definitely not at the end of the project because they've mentally moved on from you.
Oh,
So
that's
those
a good
are, I would say,
point.
two of the worst times to ask, and that's usually when we ask, and it's
Yeah.
when
Oh,
after
that
the
is really
project
good.
is over, and all, those are the two worst times. I
I
would say
wouldn't do
ask
it too
them.
early either if you haven't really wowed their socks. I feel like that could
Yeah,
be damaging because I
yeah,
I would sense desperation if you're like, "We just started working together."
yeah,
But yeah, I think that it's, like, really paying attention to those social cues of when you go in for it.
yeah.
I was
Exactly. And there are different ways to ask. You start, you first you mentioned as a throwaway. I would say, hey, I would like, if you know somebody, first maybe you do it as a throwaway, like, hey, if you know somebody like this, that's how I get clients. So if you know somebody, may know. And then you can make a more formal pitch a little bit later.
Okay, thank you so much for that, and I think it's really, like, it's very critical that that first client, you wow them out, you wow them up, like, I don't know, how do I say that in English? You really wow them and demonstrate your skill.
Yeah.
Your soft skills are
Yeah.
just as important as your hard skills, but you
Yeah.
see that the potential of that network to expand is, like, exponential there.
Yeah.
So, it's don't forget about the current client is really what we're hammering.
Yeah.
Asai,
Yeah.
where's the best place to connect with you?
So, like I said, my website socials, they're all a bit of a ghost town, but LinkedIn is the best place to connect. That's where I am the most active. But I Instagram is good. Even though I don't post, I am active on there. I'm active with my stories. So that's the second best place to connect with me as well.
Okay, cool.